get this with Georgia's governor teaming up with the Richmond County Sheriff to help in the fight against gang violence. A press conference just wrapping up a short time ago. News Channel 6's Chloe Salcedo was there. She is live with the latest. Now, Chloe, what can you tell us?
Hey, Mary, so dozens of gang members are off the streets today. They're part of the Ghostface Gangsters, which is a white supremacy group. 56 people have been arrested, making this the largest gang investigation in history. Investigators say they're responsible for drug crimes, human trafficking, and other acts of violence in Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee.
A message to our gang members. Our purpose is clear. Our promise is true. If you feel that you must continue to engage in criminal activity in Richmond County, it's only a matter of time before your clock strikes midnight.
21 suspects are still at large, but Sheriff Roundtree tells me he's confident they'll be located and arrested soon. Live in Augusta, Chloe Salcedo, WJBF, News Channel 6.
Okay. That is something that is not widely publicized, because you always know that they always talk about black gangs and crime, and they don't really focus on the white supremacy that goes on. You ever notice that? I'm just saying, they don't really focus on that. The Bloods, the Crips, but you don't really hear much about these white supremacist gangs in other states, these large white supremacist gangs. 87 locals charged in the biggest gang bust in state history. Okay. Augusta, Georgia, a message to our gangbangers. Our message is clear. Our promise is true. If you feel that you must continue engaging in criminal activity in Richmond County, it's only a matter of time before your clock strikes midnight. That was a strong message from Richmond County Sheriff Richard Roundtree, standing alongside Georgia Governor Brian Kemp on Friday to announce Georgia's biggest gang bust in history. 87 people are facing charges in Richmond County as a result. In addition to the governor and the sheriff, Mayor Hardy Davis, State Senator Harold Jones, most Augusta commissioners, and District Attorney Jared Williams were all on hand for the announcement Friday. They say bringing together every source in our community is what will end gang violence. Authorities say 87 people were indicted after single largest gang bust in Georgia's history, called Operation Kibosh. This current prosecution reaffirms and continues our commitment to remove dangerous criminal organizations off the streets of Augusta, said Roundtree. We want the citizens of Richmond County to know that we will never relent as we continue to strive to make Augusta one of the safest cities in the state of Georgia. Police say 77 of them are part of the Ghostface Gangster Street Gang. It's one of the fastest growing gangs in the country and a group mostly made up of white supremacists. The crimes range from attempted murder, drug trafficking, to aggravated assault on a police officer. This was happening in literally every corner of our state, said Georgia Governor Brian Kemp. 66 of those 87 have been arrested, and police are still looking for 21 more. I don't think that people need convincing that we are facing gang and violent crime crisis in our state, said Kemp. Kemp and Roundtree both sharing a similar message that we've all heard. The younger generation is the focus. These resources come from the state, from the local level, the school board level. All of these have to come into play. This is not just law enforcement issue alone, said Roundtree. The thing is though, white supremacy is very much deep in our country. All right. You got white supremacist gangs in the military, white supremacist gangs in police departments, especially in Los Angeles. The Jump Out Boys, Wayside Whiteys, the Executioners, the Banditos, and many more. Okay. They're all across the country, not just in Georgia. Okay. You got in the Air Force sergeants are white supremacists. You know, even in New York City, there was a man who got drunk, went to vacation to Tennessee, and brandished his service weapon when he went into the wrong house. Okay, that he thought was his to stay at vacation, and nothing really happened to him. And he brandished a gun in the house owned by Black Americans. Nothing happened to that man. Nothing. Our local leaders say that they will continue to prosecute to the fullest extent to stop this violence. For any gangster, trafficker, or killer that thought that applied to you, you're going to learn today, said Williams, the district attorney. This is the 7th year the sheriff's office has focused on RICO cases like this. RICO stands for Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organization Act. This investigation has been going on for 2.5 years and involved local police on both sides of the river, along with the GBI, FBI, and U.S. Marshals. I don't really think that much is going to happen, because you're really going to have to crack down also in the prison population, because they're also in prison. Okay. And it got, growing this large, they had to have help from dirty cops. All right. I wouldn't be surprised if they got help from dirty cops. But like I said, you hear about, you hear about the Bloods, the Crips, other gangs, black gangs, but you don't hear much about these large white supremacist gangs who basically are running things from prison. That's another thing. They are running a lot of their operations from behind bars. Okay. Even possibly getting help from non-white, correction officers. Okay. And these white supremacist gangs don't really care about color, as long as they could do business with you. But if you get away with killing a black person, they will. All right. Kelly Boo, such a small world. I'm visiting my parents in Georgia, not from Augusta. I'll ask about this. Yeah. Ask about this. It's interesting, man. It's very interesting. All right. If you're from Georgia, Augusta, Georgia, tell me how, if you've seen how this type of criminal activity has affected your loved ones who live in this part of Georgia. Do you think that the police department is helping these gang members? You also have read up and known that white supremacist gangs are also running a lot of their operations from prison onto the streets. All right. Oh, yeah. A lot of things that these clown conservatives, these clown conservatives would try to say, white supremacy doesn't exist. Clowns like Brandon Tatum and Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens, possibly even Tucker Carlson. All right. Later.